Simply stated, we must not forget the poor in our negotiations here, the UN this week and in Copenhagen. Poor communities need an agreement that meets their needs. They need financing that helps them to adapt to and mitigate against rapidly changing climate. And they need voices, like the voices up here, very powerful voices at real forums, world forums that have the power to change things for everybody's benefit. I've seen how hard Takali works. I spent 2 hours working with him in one of his 10-hour days. I've seen development that works, but all that progress will be undermined unless we can galvanise world leaders and ordinary folks alike to get a good deal in Copenhagen that benefits everyone. A fair, just, equitable deal.
Getting a global agreement that sets the world on a new low-carbon path to the future. The single most important thing is to get this underway. Our knowledge of science and technology is going to be transformed in the next few years. We cannot, sitting here in 2009, predict what will be in 5 years' time, never mind 15. So get it underway. Get the world with a framework of global collaboration that allows us to develop that new low-carbon future.
Today, I think if we are honest about it, we must acknowledge that progress in the negotiations has been slower than we would like. We need to change that dynamic, and we can. So long as all of us do our part. Developed countries who, like the United States, are the dominant historic emitters of greenhouse gases. The major developing countries who are the largest, are going to be the largest emitters going forward. And the numerous smaller developing countries whose key contribution now should be to develop low-carbon growth plans so they can develop low-carbon economies with financial and technological assistance by developed countries.
Actually, China takes the threat of climate change very seriously and fully recognizes that the urgency to take actions. China has demonstrated a deep sense of responsibility for the well-being and the long-term development of humankind by adopting proactive policies, measures, and actions. And China will continue such efforts by improving and further implementing China's national climate change program. China will continue to play an effective, active, and constructive role in the negotiations and to promote the success in Copenhagen, together with other countries.
First, India wants a deal at Copenhagen, and India is prepared to be an active player in working towards an agreement in Copenhagen. It is in our interest to have an agreement in Copenhagen because we are very climate vulnerable in more respects than one, being sea levels, Himalayan glaciers, extreme events like rainfall, floods, and drought. So we are going to Copenhagen in a very positive and constructive state of mind.
Climate is changing, and we are certain that the sea levels are rising. There is climatic aberrations. 1.5 degrees and anything above that would mean small island nations, especially low-lying nations, would be wiped off the map. This issue, climate change, therefore, becomes not just an environment issue. It is very much linked with many other human rights issues, health issues, and far more importantly, security issues. All of us here, small states, are the new frontline states in this new threat to humanity.